Hi, I'm Steve Owens and you're in my kitchen, and today it's all about pulled pork, that wonderful succulent pork that just pulls apart. It's great for pork sliders or any family get together. Now, what cut of meat should you use? I'm going to be using a pork shoulder with the bone in. Now, this is often called pork butt, and it's a wonderful fatty meat, and that's going to add to the flavor. If you keep the bone in there as well, that's going to add a lot of flavor to the roast when we're doing it. Another cut you can use is pork belly as well, but you do want a cut that has lots of fat running through the meat itself. Now, we want to get lots of flavor into this pork, so we're going to prepare a rub. We're going to rub it in there, and it needs to marinate for at least 8 hours. I prefer to let this go for a couple of days and let the flavor absorb right into the meat. Now, I'm going to show you how to prepare it and how to put that rub onto the pork. Come on, let's get going. Now, it's possible when you get the pork from the butchers, the skin will be on like it is here. Now, ask them to take it off, but leave the fat on underneath, or you can use a sharp knife and just pull the skin back, but make sure that fat stays on there because that's going to impart loads of flavor into this pulled pork, and it's going to keep it moist as well. Let's get and prepare that rub. Now, I've got a wonderful smoked paprika here from a local source. The smell is absolutely delicious. I'm going to put 3 to 4 tablespoons into a bowl. And then to sweeten that, I'm going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of soft brown sugar. And we're going to crush 2 to 3 cloves of garlic in with that. Season with a little salt and pepper. And with black pepper first. And a good amount of freshly ground sea salt. Just want to take some fresh thyme into the bowl as well. And adding some extra virgin olive oil in there, we're going to mix this up to a nice paste. And now we're going to take that wonderful marinade and pour it over the top of our pork. And I want you to take your hands and we're going to massage this into the pork. Completely cover both sides, the back and front. And once we've massaged all that wonderful flavor into the meat, we're going to pop that in the fridge. I'm going to cover it over at least 24 hours, get lots of flavor into that meat, and then come back and join me. Now, welcome back. My pork has been in the rub for 24 hours. You'll see the juice coming off there. All that flavor now has gone into the pork. We're going to be roasting it very slow. You want to get your oven on at 140 degrees Celsius. So that's 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, come down here. I've got a roasting tray. I'm putting some onions in here to keep the pork off the bottom and add some extra flavor. But I've left the root ball on. I'm just going to cut them up into quarters. On top of the onions, I'm just going to put some thyme. Okay, and then I'm going to take this beautiful shoulder of pork and pop it on top of the onions. And don't forget all that juice as well. Now a little olive oil over the top just to add some extra moisture in there. That is ready. We're going to pop that into the oven now, and that is going to roast nice and slow for about 5.5 hours. And when that comes out, that is just going to fall apart. Let's get it in the oven. Now, will you look at that? That's been in the oven 5.5 hours now, and it's cooked all the way through. I'm going to take this meat out of here and pop it on the side, let it settle for about 10 minutes, and then all this juice that's in here, all these meat juices, we're not going to be wasting that because that's got heaps of flavor. I'm going to make a pouring sauce, and we're going to show you how this breaks apart. Now, as I said, I'm going to be using this pork for pork sliders, but just come down here and have a look. Look how beautiful this pork pulls apart. It's just shredding into wonderful, soft and beautiful strands. There is the flavor. Now I've got to give this a little try. That is so moist. Now, you could serve this as it is as part of a meal, but I'm going to shred this apart. I'm going to put a little bit of that juice back in, and then we're going to plate it up with the sliders. Come back in a moment and I'll show you. Now, these are the juices from the bottom of the tray, and we're not going to waste that either. I'm just going to take a teaspoon of butter, a teaspoon of all-purpose flour. I'm just going to heat that up on the stove. And this is just going to be a thickening agent. Now, I don't always do it this way. Sometimes I add a little flour and butter into the bottom of the baking tray and make it that way. Just want to cook this flour through. And then we're just going to take our meat juices and pour them in. And we'll just bring that back up to the boil so it just thickens. Now as that comes back up to heat, you get this wonderful gravy, so we're not going to waste any of that flavour. Now come and take a look at this pork. You can see it's just shredding away. Absolutely beautiful. I've got one of my little slider rolls at the front there. These are a brioche roll. Now you might want to check those out. They'll be going up on my channel very shortly. Just going to pop some of that pulled pork on there. And my sauce, that lovely rich gravy, we're just going to add that in there as well. A little bit of extra flavour. Pop the lid on there. Now will you look at that? That is a pulled pork slider. Delicious. I'm going to give this a try. Here goes. That is just so delicious. It's moist. It is full of flavour. These little slider rolls, as I say, which I made just today, are going up on the channel shortly, so check those out as well. Please share the love. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've got to get on and serve this to a hungry family that's waiting, so I'll see you next time. Take care. Now I hope you've enjoyed the video today. This recipe's been a lot of fun, so I'd love to hear your comments if you try this, or if you get and try making the rolls, that'll be great. I'll leave some links to some other videos here. It's getting late here in Australia, so be good. See you next time. Take care.